Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
It's not coming through.
It's not coming through. Is this working? Perfect. Okay, thank you. Welcome, everyone, to San Diego. Let's begin this occasion with a chant. If you know the chant, please chant along. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Avir Mareti Rudrayate Dakshinam Mukham Tenamam Pahi Nityam Tenamam Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. O Lord, shine through and through, and ever protect us with thy loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace to all beings everywhere. So welcome, everyone. Today we have with us revered Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj, who is the head of the Vedanta Society of Southern California and all our various branches. So he is coming today to speak about the meaning of life. So this morning, as we were having breakfast, we thought maybe we can change his last lecture, since his last lecture for our summer period, we have summer break. Instead, we can make it a little bit more dynamic, and maybe we can do an interview style on this subject. So Swamiji spontaneously agreed. So I'm a questioner without any questions, and Swami's going to respond in whatever way he feels, and we'll see how the spirit moves us. So today's about channeling ourselves, becoming the instrument of the divine, and then seeing what the divine allows us, how it expresses itself. So the subject, Maharaj, is meaning of life. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life?
Actually, I would suggest that I cannot see her.
Oh,
So can you move?
You raised her.
Yeah, no, you can be in between.
Okay.
yeah, so you can come closer.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, otherwise it looks very. Hey, she can sit to next also. You can also sit next one. And come forward.
She wants you further, yeah.
Yeah, little bit adjustment is good. But
Okay.
see,
He likes to see all the faces. So, Maharaj, you just in fact, just seeing her face,
and
just
everyone's face.
no, along something within me, Maharaj. I think today we're going to go from the meaning of life to lessons of life. We're going to go into, so let's start first with what is the meaning of life?
Yes, this is a serious question. What is the meaning of life? Life means we are here. That's called life, no? We are breathing. That's a life. We are born and into life. We are before birth. We do not know where we are. We are at all there or not. That eternal question. Where do we come from? What is the beginning of it? All the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita is talking about that. But when we are here, this is called the life, where I am now. But what this life is? Someone is born, we call this baby is born, he is in life. The life means when we are breathing, we are interacting, we are seeing the world, we are connecting with everyone, and we are living a life. But what is this meaning of this being in this body? What is the meaning? Meaning means why we are here, why we are born with a cry in our tears in our eyes. Very birth is cry. And how much the baby life, you look at that life is not very pleasant. All the time crying, weeping, under the mercy of the nature, no? Surrounding situation. And what is happening, I cannot express that. Headache, stomach pain or anything. No, do not know even where is head, what is stomach, where is hand, what is feet. No conception of anything. We live in this life. Why? What is this purpose of this? Just a fossil-like birth, where we don't understand anything of the outside world or inside world. And then we grow on, and we move on in life. Means as we progress every day, we are running after things, we are searching for peace, but we are getting blows every day, blows and knocks, with anxieties, worries, tension. What is this? What for? What is the purpose of this? This is a very deep spiritual question, and we never question that, but we run on the flow of it. Anything happen every day, well, one day at a time. That is the way we live, and we are maintaining our life. We appear to be understood the meaning, purpose of coming over here. To cry, weep, that's the meaning of life. To suffer pain and anxieties, worries, tension, high in insomnia, and all these things. Is this the purpose? Is the meaning of life? So this is the meaning of life. Is simply an opportunity. Life is an opportunity. It unfolds the truth behind our very personal being, and as we live in the world, what we see around. That is simple word. Meaning of life is God realization. Now we can explain it in so many ways. Meaning of life is to find purpose of life, why we are doing all these things, and where is the end result of all these experiences, one after another. Every day's experience is different from the other day. But it can be boiled down to several simple things: suffering, pain, sometimes laughter, sometimes smile, sometimes deep depression, sometimes frustration, sometimes anxiety, sometimes tension. This is life. If we consider all this together, this is the life. But meaning, what is the meaning? Why these? What for these? All these things. So this question is the eternal question. Again and again in the Upanishad it has been addressed to find out the meaning. It says there is a meaning. It is not for all these all these negative ideas that they have given you a very bad idea about life. You may say that no, life is not that bad. Life has so many good sides. But why? What good side means to me? What bad side means to me? Why this good and bad? Why not I am eternally placed in my wisdom and knowledge of becoming all the time peaceful? Why not? So how to achieve that? I think this life gives us the opportunity to reach that truth where we find meaning. I was born. My life is successful, meaningful. I lived a good life. I lived a life of knowing myself, knowing the universe. And that is the opportunity to blows and knocks and blows, to suffering and joy. Some unseen hand is holding us, taking to these experiences of life. And meaning of life is to understand it is all blessedness, it is all peace, it is all joy, it is all the divine, it is all Satchidananda consciousness. It's a interplay of that. So that is the end result of our understanding about meaning of life. But we are in the life, that time we never think about the meaning so seriously. When that serious question comes, that is called the spiritual life begins. When we do that unconsciously, that is called the worldly life. I do not know why I am here. I do not know the meaning of my life. I do not know the purpose of my life. I do not know why I cry, why I weep, why I smile, why I feel so much excited one day, and why I feel depressed on another day, why I feel I am so lonely, why I feel I am surrounded by my fan group. People are clapping my hand. 10 people clapping me, my clapping like that, I feel I am high. I am high in the heaven. What does it mean? 10 people say something bad. Hey, this man is... Bus, I get depression. Huh? So what? Everyone is making me doll-like thing, puppet-like thing, no? Is this the meaning of life? No. To know that these are all experiences giving me, these are all, it's called anityam, non-eternal, momentary. This comes and goes. This opposites of life comes and goes. To give us experience, I am neither or happiness, neither misery. I am that Satchidananda. Neither depression, neither excitement, but I am that stable, absolute. Anityam ashukham imam lokam prapyo bhajassamam. This world is unreal because it is momentary, anityam, and because it is anitya. Why? Because it is subject to change and it is not absolute joy. So ashukham, it is not sukha. Sukham is happiness. It is not all pleasure. In the hiding, in the name of pleasure, the suffering comes behind. So this is the play of life going on to teach us something, giving us opportunity to this question coming within our heart. Then we run for answer. Sometimes we, when we are not awakened a little bit, then we try to solve this problem in material way through politics, through social development, the personal development, etc. So all these efforts we do. When we fail, then we try to understand the cause of my suffering, or why am I here, why these things I have to bear with, and what actually it means. It means there is a great divine principle that takes us through this suffering and pleasure and pain, the life of this duality, to lead us to that absolute state which is beyond anityam, it is called nityam, ashukham, it is called the anandam, nityam, anandam, and anityam, ashukham, this transitional world is not, it is eternal, stable, absolute, sat, satchidananda Brahma. To know that is the meaning and the purpose of life. In a nutshell, if we can boil down our all, and every experience is a valid ground to help us to lead to that understanding of the meaning of life. Everything is helping us. A thief is stealing in a negative way, to understand this. A burglar is burglar, activity of the stealing and other properties from others or anything. Some brutal person, some person who is violent person, to the most charitable person, humble person, all are trying to understand the meaning of life. Unconsciously and then consciously. When conscious life starts, we call spiritual life, blessed life. I will go to teacher, we go to holy places and try to hear what they talk about the purpose of life, meaning of life. So this, it is an opportunity. This life is an opportunity which gives us to the awakening of our divine nature, that where we are and how we can really manifest more in this very life. This life is, every moment is very important. Shankaracharya says, getting this beautiful opportunity of human birth, those who does not understand or ja tu na atma atmarati atma prapti, those who is not interested in this search for this atman or this self, the meaning and purpose of life, then life becomes worthless. It's wastage of life. A good opportunity given and it is not utilized properly. If it is utilized, then it can redeem us from our all these dualities and conflicts and confusions and fear and anxieties and all these things which we are worried about, or we are happy with it, all will be transcended. That is the reaching our eternal state.
Right, when did this meaning come to you? When did this meaning come to you? And Marge, let me, before you even get to that, when you talk about sometimes as life goes on, I find we get caught up. So is this something that we should feel when, when we're in a Silmar, people are giving standing ovation for the people there? Is there something after that? Do you feel like a sense of hollowness? What are we feeling that makes it meaningless? So I remember sometimes people stand up, they give you standing ovations. Afterwards, there's a sense of like maybe a thrill, a joy, but then afterwards, is it the feeling of hollowness afterwards you feel that, and then also vice versa, when you feel, when some people complain about you, when people start, you feel agitated, you feel the pain and suffering that you feel, how does that take you back to the meaning of life? Let me ask, how do both these things take you back there?
First of all, when people praise us, what happens? We have little capacity. We alpo loiya thaki, tai jaha jaye taha mor jaye. We live with a very small amount of our capability. If 20 people claps the hand, I am in the high heaven. When the music goes on, say music performance, the performers are greeted. That's a natural thing for social life, is important. But what that clapping means is a praise to your talent, not to you. You are beyond talent. You have expressed certain talent. That talent is not you, but something beyond the talent is me. But we get caught into that. And there is a song that he said that Rajanikanta, she was a great poet, and his poetry was very much appreciated by the country. And so many praise comes, no? And when so many praise, appreciation comes, he thought, I am somebody, I am a good writer. And people love me. He says in his song, Bhabita mami likhi bujibesh, amar sangit bhalobashe desh, bujiya doyal, ব্যাধি দিলে মোরে, যাতনা দিলে প্রচুর. See, and I thought that I am a good poet and I am appreciated by the country. Country regards me. And I was thinking, I was very happy. And oh Lord, now I am in a deathbed. And you have given me this incurable disease. He died out of that. What a grace of you to understand that is meaningless. Appreciation of others. Today's appreciation, how many people appreciate every day in Philharmonic? You go, so for this beautiful music performance, afterwards people appreciate that, that's okay. But those who have no inner grounding in this appreciation, it makes us feeling void. Next day somebody does not. Then we feel sad. And something and life's test is that the same person who is appreciated today and tomorrow he falls sick or very totally lost, no? Very few people will inquire, even a phone call will not come. So much appreciation. But when that person who is appreciated, he or she happens to fall in some dire condition, helpless, monetarily, even in a position health-wise, how many come forward to stand by them?
Amen.
So the meaning of life is that is not important. That is a lesson. It is good, people should appreciate, it's a normal society. We live in a gentleman society, so we should have the normal behavior pattern. But this is nothing. In ultimate sense, when we die, who goes with me? How many people, maybe you have fan all over, but when we'll die, we'll have to die alone. So these questions can come in a pure mind. This when you get knocks and blows. Knocks and blows has negative side. I don't want it. Who wants suffering? But it comes. But it gives a wonderful awakening in us. And when people say something wrong or abuse my name or my character or anything, yes, we say, why? I'm not like that. Why they are talking about? Many good people get sometimes very bad
Bad reputation, or
Bad
because
reputation, because
people say negative things.
something.
Yeah.
And also Swami Sarvadevananda used to say, If a person is very famous, you will see some scandal will come soon. He's waiting for this scandal. because he is becoming too famous. How can I be famous? If I can see, there are so many writers, and the world does not know them, but they took up a issue. Vivekananda was characterless. Take that issue. Ramakrishna was a sexual person. Take that issue and write books. You become famous. Your book hot sell. It goes into the market.
Right.
Huh? Ramakrishna, what is that? Huh? So this, what does it indicate? That means there is no value in it. So these actions of praise and blame, they are the opposites in the life, and it is okay. That is normally okay. But if you take it seriously, that is the meaning of life. That is the accomplishment of my life. Many people love me, respect me, clap hands for me when I go, flock around me. There are many people in the world, but that is the goal of life. Then the Upanishad, Kata Upanishad says no. See, Nachiketa was telling, and give me the knowledge of the final knowledge of what happens after death, this, that. And the Guru Yama, what he did, he said that okay, get this name, get this fame, you need be the king of the world, I'll give the land and property and the kingdom I will give you wonderful youth, undecaying youth and all these things. And what he said, he's matured, his life's experience is taking him to this conclusion. Opi sarvam alpamevata. You add whatever you are giving to me, it is alpa, because it will little. Because in comparison to the immortality, it is very little. It will perish in certain time. Your heaven, you gain some merit and go to heaven. Okay, good. But good merit will that heaven, your stay will be limited by your duration. You are given the what you call the visa.
Yeah. Temporary visa.
The visa dated up to this much.
Right.
Up to that much you are appreciated to stay. But if you are there, then it is illegal.
Right.
And then they will put the police force. So in heaven also there are some people who will throw you out. Get out, now your time is done. That's why Jama says, Opi, and Nachiketa says, you give me heaven. We are talking about highest heaven. But that is also alpa, that's also limited because it's time bound. And you have to come back again. As you know, you all know, when you work in your office, hard work, and your boss gets very happy and gives you thank you, you did so much good thing, you are feeling very joyful, okay. And then okay, I give you 1 month leave and go for some retreat and enjoy your stay, hotel, enjoy, we have prepaid all everything. That you think that, I am appreciated, I am in the high heaven. But now what happens? You go and enjoy a few days, and now 30 days is reducing to 29 to 28 to, and then one day.
Right.
One day you have to pack up.
Right.
Come back where? To your office. So much is waiting for you. All these things which you enjoyed, you have to squeeze and extract from you. So this you have to enter into the world again to be squeezed. So that's why the auspicious and inauspicious work, if you keep it you, then you are enjoying its results, good and bad. If you don't keep it, give it to God, then it does not bother you, you become free. So the meaning of life is to be free from this entanglement of good, entanglement of bad. As you said, in the retreat we went, so many people are saying, wow. Good. Because they are seeking for some truth, they got that truth. That's why the appreciation. But appreciation coming to whom? Who organized it? Who did serious work? And some people may criticize also. What is this? Taking so much money and doing all these things. People also say like that. Both appreciation and this are there. But when we hear one-sided appreciation, we feel it is our credit, our joy. Like the Ken Upanishad says, Ken Upanishad story goes that the gods and demons had a fight, and gods ultimately this time they conquered the demons. The demons are defeated, and after that, when it is done, all the gods and their head, chief. Chief is Indra, the god of gods. Other gods are fire god, air god, and water, god of water. So all these gods and goddesses and gods are sitting over there. And that in that conference, they were talking about how we succeeded in destroying the demons. Everyone is posing that I did that, I did that, I did that, I did that. That's good. Really, they did it. But then the story goes that some divine appearance happened there in front of, and no one could recognize.
Right.
And their pride was destroyed.
Right.
And then Indra came, and Indra had a greater sense of calmness and serenity. So he sat down and meditated, and there appeared Mother to say, "You do not know. It is not you. It is the power of Brahman, power of that eternal reality that has manifested through you. No, that is Brahman." So that is the story goes on.
Right.
So the appreciation is there. Yes, some action is also there. But to understand what is behind my action, my appreciation, my feeling of sorrows and suffering, what is that which is behind me, that consciousness is the ground of everything. So until we reach that point, meaning life becomes meaningless because we only live the life.
Right.
And life after life goes on, and we don't learn out of life.
Right.
But we learn. Unconsciously we move. Everyone, we will get a blow. This world is such, it will give a blow. I do, hiding everyone's eyes, I do something wrong, I will have to pay it back. God's account is very accurate account. No computer can, no computer can even be so perfect like that. If someone does anything we do, every action is already recorded in the subconscious, and we have to pay off those dues in proper time when we have to exhaust our own karma. So I think that this is the meaning. Life is very valuable. We are fortunate that we got this life, because this is the body where you can ask for these questions to solve. What is suffering? Why joy? What is the end result of all these things? Why I am to go through this turmoil of these opposites of joy, sorrow, suffering, pain, anxiety, worries, tension. So why it is so? Yes, there is a purpose to awaken us, awaken us, awaken us.
Maharaj, let me ask you then, when we see in the life of Buddha, we see specifically there are 3 incidents that awakened him to this meaning of life. Seeing the old age, the disease, the death. For you, what awakened you to this meaning of life? You came to this life at a young age. And I think sometimes also we may come in, but then are the things that continue to awaken you to this meaning of life? Yes.
I am not conscious about that. In our life, we are all making a journey. We are all, every one of us making a journey. But we do not know what. Unconscious movement. I like it. We say, oh, I like the sadhus, as I always say. I came to Balboa, I saw the brahmacharis, young, sparkling with joy and face beaming with joy. I saw that. A small boy, seeing that, they are very good. They are happy. So, what if I could have been like them? No reason and rhyme there to rationally think. There's a spontaneous thought came in my mind. And then as we see their glory of that life, that is also unconsciously. Some are very conscious. They can be analytical, they can think. Like Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj, our past president of our order. When he was after finishing this studies, he entered into a job in a company, and then he was one day sitting on the beach, Mumbai beach, and then was looking at the waves rolling down, up and down, and this and that. He was thinking, what is this life? This is moving on and on, and what are we doing? What is the goal of life? What is the meaning of life? Then he thought, okay, what will bring me happiness? It's analytical mind.
Right.
It's another way. The awakening is coming by his own analysis. He asked that what is the meaning of life? To be rich, to be famous, to be honored, to be respected, to have a good position. Then he thought, okay, so suppose I become the president of this company. Shall I be happy? Shall I be satisfied? It is in his own mind, he's sitting, looking at the waves coming, rolling down and splashing on the shore, and his thought is working in there. Shall I be happy? He said, no, I will not be happy. I still, okay, you be a politically involved and you become a political leader. What about? That will happen? No. Achha, suppose you become a senator. Will you be happy? No. Mind says no. Because the mind is telling, is inquiring to himself.
Right.
And then he said, ultimately I thought that, okay, if I become the prime minister of the country or president of the country, that will satisfy. But no. His mind is saying, his past samskaras are there probably, that's why that high soul thinks that way. And then he said, nothing. I will not be satisfied with anything, any achievement, any accomplishment. My heart is not seeking for that. Then to what to want for? Then the last result is that what is beyond. So it is the conscious mind. And as you said, for me, I didn't understand. But I saw that maybe by God's grace, there were some God's blessings were there to feel like that, feel attracted, love at first sight.
Right.
So we have love at first sight in our life, no? So this is love at first sight, this life versus other life.
Yeah.
So it attracted me. And when I got attracted and come close to the sadhus, and I saw that life is meaningful, they're peaceful people, they give only good spiritual truth, and they meditate, they pray, they do service to the world. These are these things that I saw in their life, no? And naturally, I got inclined into it. So this is the analytical mind versus emotional mind.
Right.
Maybe I may not be that much analytical, but anyhow, that drew me into this way. That's why I said, unseen hand for all of us work.
Do you think, Maharaj, you could have, my experience in talking with you has always been about your inclination was always the joy that you felt in the company of the Holy Company. You used to use this concept of love. I felt such love, even love that maybe my parents couldn't give me. So could it be that maybe what was driving you, when we talk about the meaning of life, was it unconditional love? Was it to feel completely accepted, to be completely loved for who I am, to feel joy in the presence when I see a holy person, like I give you one to Swami Mokshananji or Swami Lokeshna, going there, I don't have to project anything in myself. I know deep and sound they will love me as I am. Indian American, it doesn't matter who I am, they will love me as I am. I was attracted to that. So could it be that this unconditional love was the one that was driving you?
I think that is the thing, yeah. Their unconditional love, their feeling of their own living their life and their own presence would give that type of feeling. You're right. Like Lokeshwarana Swami, everyone, whoever you have met, you know that his presence itself proves that he loves you very well. Not to say in language, I love you, but his presence gives that. Because yes, that is the type of, because say Sankarananda Maharaj, say Vishuddhananda Maharaj, Madhavananda Maharaj, Bireshwarananda Maharaj, we have at least had the opportunity to see them, come to them closer, to serve them sometimes a little bit. So that has pulled us into the meaningfulness of life. I do not say that I have reached a meaningful, purposeful, I have lived already, but I am trying to do that. That because of that pull. No one can stop. Everyone will have to move in this journey. As first, not knowing unconsciously, then little knowing, and then intense call for higher life will take everyone. We are on the same journey for all of us. But it is better if we think about the meaning of life. Just we are discussing now. Really, are you be happy? Will you be happy if you are a millionaire, if you are a billionaire? Okay, look at their life. They are happy people. They are happier maybe in some areas, but fulfillment, meaningfulness. We can say, I don't care for anything. I got. What am I to get? Upanishad says, I have reached where to reach. I have achieved what is to be achieved. I am no complainer. I don't expect anything more to come. So that type of fulfillment is the meaning of life. So that is not available in any plane of worldly accomplishment. Because that whatever we get, it is in the world. World is limited and worldly accomplishment is limited. So should we not struggle for that? Yes, we shall struggle, but intelligently struggle, knowing that it is not giving me the fulfillment, but it is manifesting that towards that inner potential to the fulfillment. But it is not end, and we should not be satisfied here. We have to try to find something more, something beyond.
Maharaj, today is Revered Swami Swamiji's birthday.
Yeah.
And you spent from 1994 you came, I believe. 93. And spent many years with him. Is there any life lesson that you have learned from his life? Something that you've, starting with Swami Swami, we'll go to other Swamis, but starting with him, when you've seen his life, you're so close to his life, did his life give you some lesson that you've embodied or experienced?
Yeah, we can learn from everyone. This uniqueness was that he is in everything, but he is detached. One point. Another point is that he always radiated peace around him. You don't know, you did not have to, he may be talking of some politics or anything outwardly, but you sit there for some time and come out, then you feel inner peace. That is the depth of spirituality which is established himself in that level. And any anxiety, anything, one day it happened, there was a fire. I came for the first time in our Hollywood temple.
Oh, fire in the Hollywood Hills?
No, Hollywood in our campus and in the parking lot on the hedge side, on the
hedge, yeah.
freeway side.
Right.
And then I was nervous. And where to go? I ran and I was perspiring. There's a fire. There's a fire. So what he said, it will appear little different for uneducated mind, but I was enough to understand that I saw that he was watching some TV. He was watching TV lying down as he does on that side.
Yeah.
And I said, Swami, there is a fire, there is a fire. And he calmly turned his face towards me. And I said, okay, someone will take care of it. And he turned back and started watching the as if nothing has happened. So it needs little, either you can say he is callous,
yeah,
or you can say he has something.
Right.
No, he didn't, because he knows that I cannot do anything. And there are Ghana and others are there, they are already in it. They are calling me whatever the 911 or whatever they are taking. So why I shall trouble, I'll add more confusion in them. So he's turned and then become too much indifference, no? So but he was indifferent. Things are happening. He may not be involved. He knows. He has the intelligence to know. Yeah, he wanted to, but he does not get into it. That's one
Detached.
detached. Another thing, as I said, peace. There is a peace. Many people told me that they went to Swami and sat for some time, and even he is not talking, some other silence sometimes, but some people feel that there is a peace surrounding it. That was, of course, Swami Sarvadevananda Swami told him when he was in New Delhi. He was the head of the New Delhi center, and he was the head. So naturally, Delhi being the capital of India, big officers and say IAS officers and um, ministers, and they come and they have their personal life. Some son, somebody died, something serious going on, so they come for counseling. And then he said, what shall I say? All these big people, they are established in life, in their highest education and accomplishment of life. What to tell them?
He's asking a Gopesh Maharaj.
Gopesh Maharaj.
Yes.
And then
What did Gopesh Maharaj tell him?
Gopesh Maharaj said that, you are meditating from your early childhood. He was a meditator from the early childhood. His grandfather, no?
His father got initiated by
His father got initiated from Holy Mother. And so he is meditating from the early days, and you have practiced your spiritual discipline. Your presence will give peace to them. So you need not have to say much. Sometimes we think that giving a big lecture, you can serve someone, but bear your silence also. If you have a spiritual life, then by silence also you can get into that. So he has acquired that. And he was a good meditator. I have seen him in his last days when he was meditating. He used to say, at midnight, how he is doing. So I occasionally came to his room, and he's doing this rosary. He's continuing his rosary. And once he said that, I have planned to do little japa. I mean, how much more? I planned that I'll do every day 10,000 now, which is all work whole day. To do 10,000 is quite a good number.
Yeah.
And then he said, one day he said, I cannot do every day 10,000. So what I have done, I make a weekly commitment now, 70,000. Weekly commitment, 70,000. Maybe I do less today. 1,000 less, 2,000 less on one day. So I can make up by the weekend. To hold on to that number at the old days. He was now that time maybe 85, 84. Like that. So yes, deep spiritual life inside. That was his greatness.
I remember you're also very close to Swami Sarvadevananda, right, in Sacramento.
Sarvadevananda Swami is unique.
Yeah, so I remember even the first day when we went back, and it was in '95, we drove there, we saw Dharmadas there, but you went there, and he treated you like a little child. And then I think you said you had gone someplace on a pilgrimage, and you remembered, and he's a person he saw talking to the plants, the trees, things. What life lesson, what does he recall for you? Because these are inspirations I find.
He's a good inspiration, What shall I say?
Remember that incident, I saw God, I saw everything vibrating.
He used to say, he took me 2-3 times to the Saint Garden, Santuddha. That means the garden is the garden of Shankaracharya's image is there, the Buddha image is there, all the different gods.
In Sacramento, they have a big religious garden with many different shrines there.
Shrine trail. And so he said, hey, wait. You see? This tree will, this is my mother. She will shake her hair. I said, wait. Maybe some wind is blowing. I said, see? That he's listening to my prayer. See? She's Her hair is, the leaves
Are shimmering.
shaking. So see, as the vision that type of
You used to
consciousness,
see the Divine Mother in the tree.
consciousness in the tree, weeping willow. That is on near the Krishna shrine. And he said, see, and there is no wind, you see. Now, see, Ma, do little. Shaking the head as it were, Ma. So all the leaves are shaking. So this type of, he's aware of, he used to talk, you know very much. They used to sleep and get up in the early morning and they say, everything is meditating, everything is doing japa. My blanket is doing japa, my head pillow is doing japa, and the walls are doing japa. And then I said, you do japa, I am coming from restroom. I will join you. That means to him, the wall, the pillow, the bed, everything, they're vibrant with some consciousness. They're doing japa means they're also chanting God's name with him. And he says, okay, I was doing so much, I was sleeping though, but internally it goes on, no? So internally, mantra goes up internally, those who practice long time. So, and then I'm coming back to join him again. That is his meditation. So whether he's sleeping, whether he's waking, and he can feel the presence of the consciousness. That there is a book now, that book where
Seeing God everywhere.
Seeing God everywhere.
Marge, give us a little.
Not seeking God, not seeking God, but seeing God.
Right.
You know, about the tree, when he would ask to shake your head, if the tree would not shake its head, he'd say, see how willful she is?
Right.
And just maybe a little bit about, I forget the name of the Swami, the one who inspired you to join Marge. Talk a little bit about him. I forget the name. Just,
Okay, Abjajananda.
Abjajananda, yeah, right. Who had written many things about Swami Vivekananda's disciples. What was it about him? When you talked about him, your hairs start standing up. Such thrill you'd expressed.
Not me.
See, God, you like it.
But
Tell them
it
about
is him. It is him. So, simply our Sangha, our order, has produced wonderful saints, wonderful monks. But then outwardly you cannot recognize them. They are a little tough. Outside they seem ordinary people, very angry people, sometimes tough people, egotistic people. These will be the outer show of them. But to go to very close to them, Bharat Maharaj was outwardly a personality where even the biggest society's biggest person will be standing in awe before them.
Indira Gandhi.
Indira Gandhi, the Prime Minister, used to, just like a daughter, used to go to him.
So Marge, just
anyhow,
no, just one quick. So when we say spiritual, then sometimes we get the idea that a person who's very spiritual is very soft, very tender.
Yeah.
But the great souls you're talking about, they had sometimes
varieties.
a variety of different personalities. Sometimes they seem really outwardly, they're like Swami Vivekananda. It's tough to be with his presence. They could shout. So is there something, what is shown outwardly can be seen different on the inside?
I think that from, as I said, that there may be emotional nature, and they will be little motherly. Their expression is normally one motherly affection, like Shraddhananda Swami and others, no? But if you go to Bharat Maharaj, outwardly very grave, you cannot just say something. Even our great Swamis of the order, they go with 10 times thinking how he is, what mood is he, like that. But you know, if you, I used to be very close to him because I used to write his letters, that to devotees' letters I used to write that. But he was so soft, so kind inside, but outwardly, that is a person of analytical mind outside. And he used to see, he didn't do Bharat Maharaj, Swami Abhayananda, Holy Mata's disciple. Side by side I will tell you this incident. One side, he used to go to our Ramakrishna temple, Holy Mother temple, Swamiji temple, he will never bow down. Sit like stand. I went together. He just went to Ramakrishna's murti in the temple,
Yeah.
stood there, decoration, everything is perfectly done. If any defect, they'll call the worship person, pujari,
Right.
to correct this, that. And then, but he will not bow down, not
He
even
doesn't
salute,
show, like we
not
say,
even, not even
respect to the image.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then go to Holy Mother temple, Swamiji temple, he's like that, like arrogant person, not even bowing down to them. And that for in the eyes of others, it is very unusual. No? A sadhu going to Ramakrishna's temple, not bowing down, but just standing like that and dictating, hey, there is that, why there is some cobweb or something maybe.
Yeah.
His attention, he's the manager.
Right.
He's the manager trustee. So he's doing his job. But he had the vision, he had the great vision in Mayavati. And he still such Advaitic vision. And Swamiji wanted one place for Advaita, no?
Yeah.
One
Right.
in Mayavati. And he had been there and he had the vision. He had the experience, oneness with everything. And from that day, he stopped. In Mayavati, if you go, in our Mayavati center in Himalayas, there will be Ramakrishna's photograph, but you cannot bow down. Because that is only one place Swami Vivekananda did it for the Westerners. Those will be fascinated in worshipping God without form, without name. That absolute worship, and absolute, only high range of Himalayas, snow peaks, all around see the grandeur of the infinite. No? So that is the place Swami Vivekananda installed, and he had been there for a long period to serve, and there he had the mystic experience. That day onward, he stopped there. At the same time, he is very concerned about others' problems and solving others' situations, and very soft-hearted person. So two things go.
See that non-dual, but soft heart. You know, Marjorie, remind me in training center when we graduated, we had the ceremony. Swami Ranganath Thinji was there, and Swami Masanji. So Swami Masanji told President March, Swami Ranganath Thinji, why don't you bless the boys? And he was sitting there, I was sitting right behind, and he said this, seeing God everywhere, silence, seeing God everywhere, who can bless who? Who can bless who? He was asked, bless the boys. And he responded, seeing God everywhere, who can bless who? So in that state, what happens, Maharaj? There's just the feeling of this one unpervaded awareness?
I think so. They have some experiences when they identified themselves with everything. That means a transcendental experience was there. And when they come down, they see only God everywhere.
Right.
Not the costume. God in different costume they see. As Ramakrishna said, wax museum.
Yeah.
You go, everything made of wax.
Right.
It looks like shape and size are different, but it is all wax. That is the beauty of Brahmagyanis. Brahmagyanis, outwardly, it can be, their behavior pattern may be varied behavior pattern, outwardly. But inwardly, they are witnessing one reality, which is only in different form. Okay, now.
All right. So, Marge, we want to thank you so much for this beautiful meaning of life and also lessons that life has taught me as well. So thank you so much. It's not easy for Swamis, rarely do they talk about their own experiences. So we're privileged today to hear about Swamiji's experience. Another 1 second. So today is the last day before we have summer break. And I want to make a few announcements about this. One is that so we will not be having any programs. We'll have a break during the whole summer until Krishna Puja, which is the founding of the San Diego Center, and that will be on August 25th, Sunday, August 25th, where Swamiji will be back. We'll have a huge puja to Krishna and music, and it's our biggest day of the year. So please come if you like for that big celebration. We'll begin normally at 10 o'clock. one thing. Second is that, so I want to pay some gratitude to people who really helped support this center and make it, what it is. Personally speaking, this year has been the busiest year I've ever experienced. I don't know how many people, some of you are aware. So part of being in San Diego is that it allows me the opportunity to do a few things. When I came back from my experience in Harvard, I was encouraged to do what's called a CPE, chaplaincy practical experience. And it's like a residency. So you doctors have a residency program, so chaplains is the residency program. We took classes in Harvard, and now we have a residency program. This residency program takes about 25 to 30 hours of work per week. We work in a hospital. I work at UCSD Hillcrest, where we serve a variety of different patients, and we're taught to be interreligious chaplains. It's a 4-year process. And so, there are less than 20 qualified Hindu or Vedantic chaplains in the US. So one of the reasons it seemed to be a calling that the Divine Mother opened up all these doors and had me go into this program. So after the first year, I saw there was a calling for chaplaincy and spiritual care for our Vedanta community. And that's what happened the second year, is with the grace of our UCSD and my supervisors, they helped me set up a chaplaincy for our Vedanta community. What that means is we were doing spiritual care and counseling for people in our local community, but also doing counseling and care for people all over the United States and even in India. And I can't tell you the vast majority, so many people, just within 3 days, I'd open up every month, the openings on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, it would fill up within 3 days. There's such a need for people to have counseling and care and chaplaincy in our Hindu community. I'll give you one example, I'll just tell you. I had a patient at UCSD from a Hindu background, and the patient has a muscular degenerative disease and applied for something called medical aid in dying, where if your physicians say you have less than 6 months to live, if you have cognition of mind, where you can make volition decisions, rational decisions, and you can also take the medication yourself, then you are given this prescription called a medication which can shut down the body. Now, once he had this prescription, now he wants a chaplain. So what is the effect? When should I take this? We are there not to make decisions for them, we're there to help support their journey, sort of in this process. Be sort of like a mirror, sort of a navigator, listening, allowing them to pour into this container and seeing and them understanding what are their true needs and what are their answers within. You become like an open container for people to pour into and allow them to share. And asking me things like, what is the karmic consequences of ending your life short? Also, weighing the decision like losing my own autonomy, losing my own dignity, losing my own self-respect, also has an emotional weight to it, not just the physical pain. So this is just, and helping the person in their journey through this process. So when you're in chaplaincy, it can be dealing with people who may lose a limb and then feeling that they're going to be a burden on their family. How do we reframe the situation so they don't feel like a burden? How do we find the solutions that they have within them? So this is all about chaplaincies, but about how to truly listen, how to give presence. All this comes under this, and so it's a great process, it's a great training. You learn about your own biases as you go along. So this has been taking about 25 to 30 hours, and the number of people we've helped this last year has been in the hundreds. So many people, I sent Swami Sarvadevananda all the letters of people who just felt, we need chaplaincy in this program. Should we continue? Yes, and the reasons why. So we're here to make spiritual assessments, give interventions, and see how the outcomes are affecting the patient. So I've been doing this in the hospital and also in the Vedanta Center through our internet as well. Another thing we've been doing here, you may be aware of, is we've had tried to have mini retreats. So we had a couple mini retreats in the fall at the Girl Scout Center. We had a mini retreat with Swami Sarvadevananda, giving meditations. We had a first mini retreat with self-care and seva with Dr. Sheila Patel and myself. And these are great ways. I'm trying to, the Girl Scout Center is a great place. The only thing is it fills up really quick. So whenever I can get access, try to have a retreat there. All right, we're gonna have a retreat in November, by the way. So hopefully you'll be able to come on that day. There's only one day available. I was able to grab it. So that's another thing we try to offer here in San Diego. Another thing that we've done is, you may be aware, we have a Vedanta Life Academy. This Vedanta Life Academy, which we'll be doing next year as well, offers a 6-week course where we really get into depth into a certain subject. How many people have taken the Vedanta Life Academy course? Can I show hands? Okay. So it's set up in 6 weeks where we have different topics. You're given reading assignments, you're given questions, the speaker will give you meditation, homework, and really get in depth into one subject. Swami Rupananda, Swami Sarvadevananda, to various people have spoken about Ayurveda. And what I found is it's really helpful to a lot of people, really helpful. Next year we plan on having a pilgrimage as a way of sadhana. We're going to have Bhakti by Dr. Edwin Bryant, who's going to be coming and giving a 6-week course on how to do Bhakti. And also we're going to have Pravachika Divinanda Prana, the nun in Charlemont in India, who's going to do a course on life and consciousness, studies on life and consciousness. So that's another thing that's going on in our San Diego to the Vedanta Life Academy. We also just recently, we had the biggest retreat, I think, in a long time, where we had over 260 people come to a Silomar, where we had 4 speakers talk about different subjects, and the target was sadhana, was spiritual practices. We had Carolyn, and we had started at 6 a.m. in the morning, 6:15, with yoga, meditation, talks, to Indian dance, to kirtans, to interviewing the different swamis about their lives, to how spiritual practices help us with the current political, social, climate crisis situations going on, to engage to different group discussions. It was really something amazing. The one word everybody kept talking about that defined that retreat was transforming, transforming. It was on the oceans. We had meditation on the ocean, we had guided walking, we had everything. We had a lot of things. And so for the people who were there, they really felt, I think people just felt transformative, that's all. It was exhausting, but as we saw, we went through it, we got more and more energy. At the last day, people were so energized by this, there was a buzz. When's the next time? When's the next time? So I know a lot of people in San Diego did not come. And I want you guys have advantage of all this kind of stuff. You're here in the midst of it. So I'm just talking about that. Sometimes the people that we are here take us for granted. The people that go outside, they do all the work. So we just have to know kind of like what we have here. It's very difficult to have our great swamis that come every week and share their life with us to inspire us in the spiritual practices. So I just want to say a little bit about that. That's what's been going on the past year. And lastly, I just want to acknowledge a few things that help make this center work. So one thing is that we have our beautiful musical group. Day in, day out, no matter who's speaking, what's happening, they are a certainty, all right? They're always here. So from Ananda to Darcy, to Vani, to Pam, so we know who you are? Bonnie's there.
I'm worried about the clappings.
Oh yes, thank you. To Pam, our violinist there. Also, we have to also say that we also try to make this possible on Zoom. So if it's not, it's only because of Heinz, who comes every single time here to make this so that this can all be not only seen on Zoom, but recorded on Zoom. And so if you want to go back to it, it's there. So we thank you, Heinz, very much for being the rock and getting this all done. It's not easy. Also, I want to acknowledge Vikram on the other end, who is a devotee in San Diego, takes the data and then puts it on our website. So he stores it there. There's also, we have to acknowledge Kishan Sharma, who, I don't know where he is, but Kishan is the one, really, he's also taking care of many of the unseen things. So our beautiful gardens, you'll notice that if you go around, we have our own little shrine garden with different images and deities to everything. All these flowers that we do are used for puja. So we have daily worship every day in our shrine to the divine. And so we use these flowers as a way, as our offering to the divine. You know the flowers we also use, I'll be honest with you, is when I do, one of the things as a chaplain is you feel like you're taking on the energy of all the people you meet. So you meet like maybe 15 people in the hospital. I may meet people in the Vedanta chaplaincy. And there's a lot of energy exchange, and you feel sometimes the weight and the burden is soaking into you. So a way that I diffuse this, a way that I offset this, is I take the flowers for all the patients and the people that I meet in the morning worship, and each person is a flower that is offered at the feet of the divine. Because we're transferring that sense of responsibility that we feel we're doing back to the divine. It's the divine that's giving us these patients. It's the divine that's giving us all these encounters to learn these experiences, as Swami is saying, to grow from, to manifest our own, to bring out our own divinity, and then we offer back to the divine. So to complete the circuit. So he does this incredible maintenance of this. Also I want to acknowledge Sagnik. Is Sagnik there? I don't know if he's there, but Sagnik is the one you see in the background. It's because of Sagnik. He does a lot of the cooking, you'll see, because when our swamis come, we have to serve food. So they have prescribed diets, so he does all these diets here. And here's Sagnik, just in case anyone, Sagnik is the one that does it cooking. Also in the potlucks, he's making the main food items there, so we really want to acknowledge his presence. And also, when I have to leave the center, I have to leave many times. I'm also transitioning into another stage where my parents are becoming very aged. So in the summertime, we will be closed. One of the things I'll have to do is I'll have to go to LA to take care of my parents, both my father and mother. My brother is also a monk, so they have no one to take care of them. So when I leave, we still have the continuous puja and arati going on. So that's why we have to have our devotees here. So I want to apologize one sense, is we can't have all those regular times for these aratis and pujas because our schedules don't allow for it. We are called on different times at different days to do different things. So we have to do it when we can. That's just because we are limited to who we have here. It's just us. So that's why, but we try to do our best. We sincerely try to do our best. So this year has been a year, I feel completely almost exhausted. It's been a very difficult year, but I feel energized at the same time. Swami Sarvadevananda has been mentioning that the meaning of life, part of the meaning is to exhaust, to empty ourselves up. Because what I find is when you can truly counsel someone, truly help someone, is when you let go of your own stuff, the biases, and you become an instrument of the divine and allow the divine to work through you. So, because many times you come in situations you don't know what to say. You see an ICU, you see all these gadgets and things and people asking for miracles. You have no idea what to say. So you have to say something. So that's where you let mother, I do not know what to say in these situations. I don't know the end of the outcome of the situation. All I know is you speak through me. I surrender to you, you speak through me. So so this is what we've been trying to do here. Is there anybody else? Let me just, I wrote, I have a specialty, I'm good at forgetting things. I just forgot my piece of paper. So I think that was it. There's Abai also. We really just want to thank Abai. And thank you so much. Abai, for those that don't know, is the president of our Vedanta Society of Southern California. He's very humble. He's one of these presidents that's like he's always in the back of the situation. You'll never know. He sort of stands in the background there. But we want to thank him for not only for the work that he does, saving that he does here, but for the saving he's doing for the entire Southern California. Hours and hours and hours are dedicated to the service of all of our ashrams, to be able to maintain them, to be able to guide them, just to hold all this and to maintain the running of them. So thank you, Abai, so much. So a few other announcements is that July 4th. So we are shut down, but it doesn't mean the Vedanta centers are shut down in Southern California. We have closed centers by July 4th. Trabuco in Irvine is having their big July 4th event where they celebrate Swami Vivekananda. So if you haven't gone to Trabuco in Irvine, beautiful ashram, expect about 300 to 400 devotees there. Swami Sarvadevananda will begin that with a puja to Swami Vivekananda at 12 o'clock? 12 o'clock. And to get there, because so many people come, you want to get there by 11 o'clock. They'll have kirtans, they'll have puja, and then they'll have food, lots of food, and then they have an afternoon program here. So that's the July 4th program. Also, another thing is that Hollywood is also open in Southern California. Swami Sarvadevananda, I know a lot of people like him. He'll be coming to Southern California in mid-July. So if you want to hear him talk, you can drive to Southern California and see him there. Suggestion, if you go 1 hour before the talk to get a seat, right? Go 1 hour at least, all right? I think also,
when you go to Hollywood for Sarvadevananda Swamis, there are 2-3 occasions are there, because you may not go one day, you miss the second day, you'll find in our bulletin all those days mentioned. And he will also speak in Santa Barbara, Saturday and Sunday. One Saturday, Sunday in Santa Barbara, last. And beginning, he comes on Hollywood, and first Sunday, he will be Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, evening class, Wednesday, evening class, just 2 evening. So 3 in Hollywood, 2 in Santa Barbara. And first come, first serve.
right, yes?
Would you please repeat the dates? I know they're on the website. Could you repeat the dates again for Sunday?
Oh, I can't, I don't know the exact
Oh,
dates.
you don't know the dates.
Middle of July.
Okay.
Middle of July. One last thing, because we are a community, and I want to also, in a community, we have people who help serve the community. So I'd like to just help us acknowledge some of the people and some of the services that are available in our community by our devotees. So I just want people to know that what things are available. So starting with Carolyn. Carolyn, would you like to tell us a little bit about what is the service you're providing, the seva you provide here in the San Diego community?
Sure, so.
Let's start, everyone.
Maybe you can come up the front here. Good.
This service that I provide is to show people how to practice both asana and pranayama as per learned by B.K.S. Iyengar. So some of the retreats we had, I gave some yoga, asana to people, and we also teach pranayama. So it's really about not the exercise, almost exercise is a byproduct of yoga, asana, but it's how to connect within in a very concentrated way and bring and aid also your meditation through that awareness. So that's what I provide. And I have a yoga center in Sorrento Valley, Carmel Valley, which is called Iyengar Yoga Source.
And do you provide yoga classes every day?
Every day we have yoga classes, every day. And there's some schedules there on the table if you like. And also we have yoga access program. So it is a program where anyone can come and pay whatever they would like. So we have a range of pricing also so that it's accessible to everyone.
Thank you so much.